Welcome everyone. Today's explore is going to be at the St George Lighthouse in New South Wales. It's quite a historic lighthouse, and a lot of tragic happened here. So I think we'll just pack up our gear and head up there and see what we can find. Should be an interesting place. Okay, I'm ready to go. So, I was just having a quick look at this plaque here. It's got a photo of the exact spot taken in 1870. Here's this photo. And the people that were sitting on the ground there was just here. And once upon a time there used to be a house just down here in these bushes, which isn't there anymore. Well, the stables are there, so you can see the house, and behind that is the stables, which is still there, and then the lighthouse up the top there. So the house is well and truly gone. So we'll walk up there and have a bit of a wander around. Unfortunately, it had a few mishaps here. About 5 people perished, and I think there was about 23 ships that sunk just out on the bay there because of this lighthouse. This is the actual stables. This whole plateau is all made of sandstone. They actually originally built it in the wrong spot. I'll just read this a little bit on the sign here. So, due to the number of shipwrecks occurring near Cape St George, it was decided that a lighthouse was vital for the safe navigation of coastal shipping. However, egotism, laziness, and insignificant research and construction were to have dire consequences. In 1857, the colonial architect Alexander Dawson and an assistant surveyor, E.F. Millington, investigated Cape St George for sites suitable for a lighthouse. Unfortunately, Dawson's choice of sites were largely based on ease of construction rather than the effective function of a lighthouse. Without the input of any maritime experience, the chairman of the pilot board authorized the first Dawson site option. Almost immediately, the project was plunged in controversy despite glaring differences in the planning stage and disagreement by a majority of the board. The lighthouse was commissioned on 1st of October 1860. 38 years and many arguments later, a replacement lighthouse shone its beam from the northern side of Jervis Bay at Point Perpendicular, which is way over there on that point. I don't know how far we can zoom in. Oh, there it is. To the left. So they built a new one over there. Even unlit, the lighthouse caused navigation problems, especially on moonlit nights when the golden sandstone tower glowed in the dark. Near the turn of the century, explosive charges were used to reduce the tower and parts of the keeper's quarters to rubble. I believe they got the Navy in to use it as target practice. So it should never have been built here, and it was only built here because there was sandstone and it was easier to get to than any other spots. but originally the designs were to be 2 kilometres further south. So if you want to read the signs, just pause the video and you can have a good read of it yourself. Yeah, I read somewhere that apparently about 13 people lived in this 8-room building. This would have been the front entrance. The arches. You know, big blocks of sandstone. God, they must have been heavy. You really wonder how they actually did it. There's a round section. Small rooms, my goodness. He certainly was a good builder. Yeah, here we go. Living conditions from 1860 to 1877, up to 15 people, including the lighthouse keeper, 2 underkeepers and their families, lived in this 8-room complex. Oil and supplies for the lighthouse were also stored here, so conditions would have been relatively cramped and uncomfortable. In 1877, a 7-room weatherboard cottage was built for the head keeper near the stables, which aren't there anymore. Oh, this old fireplace there, that's great. Beautiful sandstone. Oh, looks like there was a building over there of some sort. There's nothing there, I don't know. Latrine. Apparently the latrine drains straight off over the cliff. I might be able to get a shot of that later. Oh, here goes another sign. Double latrine toilet building drains directly over the nearby cliff face. Is an excellent example of the strict attention to sanitation that was required in such a remote location. It is likely that it was divided into male and female sections. Two entrances. Yes, you would not want to fall down there. Unbelievable. I've written down a few things that actually happened. It just says the Cape St. George, the inhabitants had a rough time for it too. For a start, getting supplies to the lighthouse was a nightmare. The nearest place anyone could safely land a boat was Murray's Beach, 4 kilometres away. Horses required to lug supplies from the beach, and there was not enough grass for the horses to eat. More disturbingly, a run of grave misfortunes befell those who lived here at the St. George Lighthouse. Some of the unlucky ones were like Isabella Jane Lee. She was the daughter of the principal lighthouse keeper and in 1867 died of typhus fever. It wouldn't be the last death here. 13-year-old Georgia Gibson died from pleurisy in 1882, while 11-year-old Florence Bailey was taken by typhoid in 1885. However, the accidents are more disturbing than the deaths from the diseases. Florence Bailey's father, Edward, was washed off the rocks while fishing and then eaten by sharks as his son looked on, which is pretty horrific. Francis Henry Hamer, thought to be 9 or 10 at the time, lost his footing and toppled off the cliff while pushing rocks around for entertainment. Assistant lightkeeper William Markham, meanwhile, got kicked in the head by a horse and died before he could get to the Nowra Hospital. But the most tragic of all was the death of Harriet Parker in 1887. The assistant lightkeeper's daughter was shot dead by her friend, the main lighthouse keeper's daughter. It's believed that she tripped while playing around with a loaded gun, shooting her friend in the back of the head, killing her instantly. And I think there were a few other tragic suicides and things like that. Yes, this lighthouse seems to be serene, but the grim passage is that the lighthouse costs more lives than it saved. There's your fireplace over here. So apparently this building here was the laundry and kitchen. Well, I think that's about all we can see here. What a sad place this is. Beautiful but sad. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.